Konnichiwa, minasan. Z here of MagickDream Creations with
Hi, guys.
Orgy, of course, Mr. Manager himself. We're here with another Nocturnal Nerds podcast, and again, we're going to talk some anime. He likes doing the owl hoot thing every time. At least this time he didn't slaughter the name.
Nocturnal Nerds.
There you go.
I learned from the last time.
But, yeah, we're talking anime again, because, well, we're still, working out the kinks and figuring out what we're going to do for, like, video games and what other genres we're going to touch on. So, right now, anime's been we've got a lot of that we could talk about, so we're going to probably do anime a bit more, and then eventually move on to the other stuff. So branch out. Yeah, that's exactly it. I know for sure we're going to do video games because both Orgy and I are video game connoisseurs. We like playing a lot. Of course, I have Let's Plays on here, and he's played well over several years of video games himself. So,
yes.
And we're still thinking about who we can get on to do an interview and everything with us when we do another podcast at some point later in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely look forward to that, guys. It's going to be mostly our friends and stuff, but, anything can happen.
Anything is possible.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, and if you guys got any suggestions, maybe genres or anything else, leave a comment and send us an email or something, and we will definitely appreciate that one.
Definitely.
So, you ready to get to our anime list here, Orgy?
Sure, why not?
Alright, so the first anime we have up is The Gray Man. Now, this one's a very big, we both love this anime. I introduced this to Orgy several years ago, because I got introduced to it at the Anime Club at the Art Institute of Dallas when I was going there. And this anime is just chock full of action.
Oh, yeah.
It's got its comedic relief points. It's got, demon fighting left and right. And it's a very cool concept, because in this anime they have the main characters, have what's called innocence. And it's this mystical, powerful item that can basically protect the world or destroy it.
Yeah.
However you see, or, whoever's hands get onto it first. And then you have the Noah clan, who are the bad guys, and they're humans, but they're descendants of Noah himself, as so is told in the anime and the manga. And they think that humanity is a plague upon the world, and that they are not as higher up as the Noah are. They're not as pure
and worthy
as the Noah are. And then you have the Akuma, which are, demons. They're humans that sell their self to the Millennium Earl and basically become these weapons for the Millennium Earl's purpose, and his purpose is to get his hands on the innocents, find the heart of the innocents, and rule the world. And he is the father leader of the Noah clan, so...
And to recruit as many as he can.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, and there's like, what were they, loan sharks, basically, or humans that were working for the Millennium Earl.
Yeah, loan sharks.
Yeah, I mean, you get all kinds of different characters left and right, and there's higher ups and ranks and everything within the Exorcist world, which is, their headquarters is called the Black Order, and there's several branches too. Because I know when one season we were in the Eastern branch in China, and I mean, it was just. There's a lot that goes on in this anime, and there are parts that you'll cry, and there's all parts that you'll get mad at, and it's a really well-rounded anime, and at least in my opinion. I don't know, or you like really, I know you really liked it.
Oh yeah, I did. It has a neat concept, and then of course how the Exorcist worked. I found it very entertaining.
Yeah, and even with, and we found out that the Exorcist had different archetypes. Like, you had the parasitic type, or the weapon type, or the equipment type. It was really, there was, details out the ass with this anime.
It was very information-filled. Mm-hmm. I mean, when it first starts off, I was kind of skeptical.
Because it starts off pretty slow, and you're not sure what's...
And then when it takes off, it doesn't stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, there wasn't a whole lot of a whole lot to the series because they had stopped, little tidbit, they had stopped the anime because the manga artist had broken their arm and couldn't draw, because, well, when you're an artist and you break the arm that you draw with, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, you're kind of put out of commission.
Yeah, so...
I can relate to that.
Yeah. Luckily, knock on wood, I haven't broken any arms or anything yet, so and I protect the commodities.
Where I can relate, I just got done having a broken hand, and I'm right-handed dominantly.
Mm-hmm. And how did you break said hand?
Had a bout with a telephone pole.
Yeah. So there you go, kids. Don't punch telephone poles or stop signs for that one.
Yeah.
Little life lesson for you.
It's a bad idea.
But so they stopped the anime, so the manga artist had time to catch up and make sure that the story was okay to keep going. And they had like 4 seasons. I believe it was 4 seasons. Don't quote me on that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I'm thinking it's about 4 seasons.
And it went a long time, and it had covered a whole lot of stories, but that's only half the manga. Yeah. I mean, there's several arcs later that aren't even touched, but I'm really excited because they've announced that it's coming back.
Yeah.
They're going to come back with the Kanda arc, you get to learn more about Kanda, you get to learn more about that Lotus, that we're like, what the is the significance of the Lotus.
Oh, I'm really excited.
Yeah, and you get to see their new uniforms, which is really cool. I've seen pictures and everything, and I'm like, I'm so stoked. So you guys could tell that we really liked DeGree, man. That was one that we kept rewatching, and that never got tired of it.
I think I've watched it a grand total of about 5 times.
And I'm up there at 6, 7 times now, just because I've watched it from whenever my days in college, and get definitely good anime, and I love it.
It's good each time I watch it.
I still need to draw some fan art for it though.
Yep.
Still gotta do that. But we're gonna get to our likes here. Morgie, you started us off. Who did you like in DeGree, man?
I have a 2 for again on this one. I liked, let's start off on the Exorcist side. I like Marion Cross.
Oh, the general.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he was very interesting, because at first you don't see him, and then I want to say almost second season.
You see him in tidbits in the first.
Yeah,
like
not much.
Not much, because he's gone AWOL.
Yeah, because it's from memories.
Yeah, Alan's memories of being with Cross, and it is right about the second season when they're starting to gather up the generals and everything.
Then you see what he looks like. I liked him more because he was like the mentor to Alan. And he leaves Alan and has Alan like pick up his tabs everywhere he goes.
Yep.
But that's not the main reason why I liked him. The stories that you get build up to him. He wanders the land. He's a drunk.
Perv.
Very, very much a perv. He loves his women. That's not the main focus. I liked him because his innocence, he can make objects, where most of them use the innocence. Most of the generals collect the innocence and then they give them away. Because
he did Tim Campy, and he did that Akuma that he turned, and anything that he turns to their side is gold.
Right.
So
and of course his gun too.
Yeah, he has the gun. One of his innocence is the guns, and then.
If I'm not mistaken, he's the only general who has made objects.
Not really so much as made object, no, because you had the artist one who could sculpt and make things too.
This is true.
It wasn't so much that he could make the objects; it was more of he can command quick control over them.
Right.
And turn them good if they were Akuma, or make them even more powerful, like Tim Campy was, because Tim Campy was just a golem.
Plus, he also attracts Akuma. I mean, they
Like
all
crazy.
do, but he's like a flies to fly paper.
Mm-hmm. And
Bees to honey.
He also had the singing lady.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the Innocence's name, but it was really pretty.
Right.
Oh, I love that one. That's on my cosplay list.
He really, I attracted to him. He was a really, not mysterious, but he's of the different sort. When you start to look at all the rest of the Exorcists, he's different.
Yeah.
And I really got an attraction to him.
So who's your second?
My
part of
second,
this
I went more of the Noah clan.
one? Uh-oh.
Road is one of my favorites. I'm getting a glare off of that one. That's why I'm laughing.
We'll figure out why the glare in a minute.
Road she's childish, comes across that way. She's not allowed to go on many of the
missions.
The
that Noah
missions.
get, yeah.
She likes to play around. I can't remember the umbrella's name.
Leto.
Yep.
Leto.
She likes to play around with Leto.
And that's the Millennium Earl's umbrella, and she steals him constantly because she's bored.
Mm-hmm.
She gets bored easily.
The main reason why I got attracted to her, because to me she's unique of all the Noahs. Her and Tiki, they're very unique. Mm-hmm. The other ones have a pretty basic similarity.
Like they followed the Millennium Earl to heart, whereas
Right.
Tiki and Road kind of didn't.
No.
They kind of held on to their humanity in a way.
Yeah. And they were I can't say rebel.
It was a rebel.
They have a tendency to say, no, I ain't doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Where the rest of them are like, yes, sir. And they'll
It
go
will be
do
done,
it. And
yeah.
Not a problem.
Like Skin Bullock, he was really big on that one because he was gluttony,
Yeah.
basically, and
He obeys
was
with,
it gluttony or greed? I can't remember.
I think
but,
it's gluttony.
Yeah, he just obeys constantly, and then that's the fun thing about Noah is they each have their own path or their own special ability. And Rhodes was dreams.
Yeah.
She would lock people into their mind and in their nightmares, and then just yeah.
There
I have
again,
words about Road.
the psycho bitches. I'm just saying, she has a psycho switch, and she's not afraid to get hurt at the same time trying to prove a point. Where Tiki, he isn't either, but I don't know, there's just something about him. I'm like, that's why he didn't make my list.
Right. He was close, but not close enough.
His butterflies kind of creep me out.
I thought the butterflies were cool, but that's just me.
And whenever her switch is flipped, I really adapted to her quick. Pardon me.
Had to clear his throat there for a minute.
So bad, my eyes are watering. Oh. Yeah, I fell in love with her. Just her antics, the interaction between her and Millennium Earl, and
the fact that she was so in love with Alan Walker.
Yes.
That was her crush.
I can't say in love. It was in love with what makes him tick.
Yeah.
Because once she finds out, she's done.
Yeah.
That's when she pretty much goes back and tells Tiki to finish him off. Mm-hmm. Her curiosity was piqued. She was done.
It's like the little schoolgirl crush was gone.
Yep.
There you go. So you like Road and Cross. That's an interesting combo, sir.
Who was your favorites?
I actually have a menage a trois.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, here we go. Okay, we're going to go because we have a similar like, and it's not Road. I liked Cross Marion, and I loved him because, you know, he had all the different innocence, and then he had just that I know what the hell I'm doing, and you're going to do what I say. That, and it's just, so we're not going to go much on Cross because you've pretty much covered a whole lot of his good aspects and, you know, why we liked him.
Right.
My other one, I'm going to go stick with Exorcist here. Lavi. I love Lavi. He's quirky, he's perverted, he's anytime you would see a woman that he really liked, you're like, oh, she's just my type.
Oh, all the time.
All the time. And the one thing that you never find out is what the hell is up with the eye patch.
Yeah, you never do.
Because he never takes it off.
It's never explained either.
He also, and it's never explained in the anime, but it's explained in the manga, he also has other names. Lavi isn't his real name. It's an alias. But what makes Lavi special and what I like him is he's a bookman in training. That was the other part, the other sect of Exorcist that we didn't cover was bookmen.
Right.
They're the historians, the chroniclers. They keep, you know, they go into these battles and everything and keep records of what happens, what's significant about it.
This is very true.
And, you know, his trainer, he calls him Panda because he looks like a panda. But, you know, he's like, you have to follow Alan Walker. You have to, you know, record this in history because he's the blip in this history. He's not supposed to exist.
Yeah.
He's going to route destruction and be the bringer of the end of times, basically.
To explain that a little bit, Millennium Earl was supposed to kill him.
and it didn't, and he didn't succeed.
Yeah, he didn't finish the job, so to speak.
And so, you know, you have that in Alan's curse now. So, but, and Lavi just, you know, and he's got this sadness in him because he's not allowed to have a heart. He's not allowed to connect with people too deeply because he is a bookman.
Yeah.
They're all parts of history that he can't be a part of that.
No.
He can't love anybody. He
No.
can't, you know, befriend people too much because in the end he knows that things are going to happen.
Yeah.
And he can't stop it.
Yeah.
He has to let it happen.
He can't make history. He has to record history.
Exactly. And my third part of this,
All right.
Tiki Meek.
See?
I loved Tiki because he loved the whole fact that he did have a yin and yang. He had a light side and a dark side. He thought it was fun.
Yes.
And his road, his path was pleasure. And then you had the butterflies that, you know, he would put it inside you and it would make, you know, organs disappear.
Yeah.
And it would kill you instantly. Guaranteed. If he touched you with those butterflies, you were screwed.
Yeah, you were screwed.
But, you know, what I really liked about him was that he cared about his human friends whenever he was human and undercover. As, you know, he cared deeply about them enough to where he'd give them presents and make sure that they were okay, that they had jobs, were fed, blah, blah, blah. But it was really sad because later on, he gets fully taken by Millennium Earl and turns complete dark side. He loses his humanity.
Right.
And it's like full Noah, gonna kill everybody, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he gets to the point where
Tiki isn't Tiki anymore.
Pardon. Yeah.
And that gets more explained in the manga, and I'm hoping that gets covered, and I know it will get covered in the next
I think it got touched on at the end.
It was the very, very end.
But not a whole lot.
It wasn't pertinent enough because they were wrapping up the series.
Right.
So yeah, those were our likes. And so now we're going to go to who we hated. Roll with it.
There's only one Exorcist that I that hit it. I went through all the Akuma, the Noahs, the Millennium Earl.
Everybody.
Pretty much everybody. And the one that really stood out, and the only reason why I hate him, it's a him, you know, of course, is that this character, you could take him away and the show would not be any different. He didn't make that big of an impact.
Okay.
And his name is Aleister Crowley.
Crowley. Oh.
I don't like him. I did like the vampire concept, but I don't. The character, it was just too.
He felt too sheltered, didn't he?
It had nothing to do with the shelter, because I get that. He was very whiny, very not that pertinent. He didn't. Where the rest of them, they had to go through a lot of bullshit to get where they're at, and I felt that he was very babied, and because at the very beginning, even Alan got shat on. Then you go into Lena Lee, she's held back, and so in a roundabout way, she is shat on. Then you get all the rest of them. They had to really prove themselves, and I feel that they actually became very babyish towards him, because he doesn't blossom until way later.
Yeah, until the very end of it.
And so I felt that if you take that character away, it still can stand alone all by itself.
Gotcha.
And that's the reason why I did not like that character. Who did you not like?
Now, this is why you get to understand why he giggled in this whole aspect of it. I hated Rode. And he giggles again and again and again. Every time I mention her name, it's with disdain. Oh, God. And it's mostly because she was creepy to me. It was the whole fact that, she made Alan do the whole, here, kill me thing.
Right.
With his anti-Akuma weapon, and it was creepy because she came back at this little burnt up husk and was grinning from ear to ear. It was just, it creeped me out. And then I don't like the whole, the concept is awesome. It is what makes her, but it really creeps me out that she can trap you within your own mind.
Right.
I've always had this issue with mind fucking people, and that just went me go, no, I don't like her. I really don't like her. And it's because she's that childish aspect. It can get annoying at times.
And I can understand that. I really can. I just connected with her rather quickly.
Yeah, whereas I instantly hated her. I was like, nope, don't like that bitch already. She didn't even have to do a whole lot, and I didn't like her. I was like, nope, done. But, so that's the Gray Man, guys. I mean, we highly recommend that anime.
Yes.
Give it a good old school try, because it's amazing. It'll not let you down.
It's only like 1 or 2 episodes that it's kind of slow.
Yeah.
Because
it has to build up the story of what's going on.
It quickly gets right to the action.
And the thing about it is, too, that only the first 2 seasons were done in English, so if you are a dub supporter, you're only going to have the first 2 seasons, and then you have to watch the other ones in Japanese, unfortunately. But it's still very good.
Oh, it's still very good.
We didn't even mind the voice switch or anything, or having to read subtitles.
No,
it was
I
awesome. So our next anime we're going to go to is
Dragon Ball Z.
There you go. This one's an old one, but a good one, and that was actually one of the animes that I fell in love with. And of course, it has blossomed here recently. It has gotten huge, and I think that's what really helped push the anime more, especially in America, because at the very beginning of it, it wasn't.
No.
It was shunned. It was like, why do you like anime? You're such a dork. I'm like, what? But now it's become even more. It's becoming an accepted culture.
Yeah.
And Dragon Ball Z really did help with that. You got Goku, who is constantly saving the world. He's having to fight aliens, having to do all these, and it's a lot of action and fighting, and there's comedy. There's a lot. And recently, we watched the original Dragon Ball Z, and not Dragon Ball Z Kai, where they cut out all the extra power up for 3 episodes.
Right.
No, they cut that down. Lucky
did.
guys. You guys are lucky for being able to get that.
Yeah.
Because we had to suffer through, and we had to wait for the next week's episode of Dragon Ball Z, where Goku is still powering up that damn spirit bomb.
Powering.
Yeah. So, I mean, but it does get fast-paced, and the storyline of it is really awesome. I loved it. And it's going to always be one of my favorite animes.
I got introduced to this by a mutual friend of ours. I think, what's the name of their soon to be podcast geek.
Overall Nerds? Are you talking about Rothgar and Famous?
No. Geek Council.
Oh, the Geek Council. Okay,
Yes.
so it was Toronto
Toronto.
and Crimson. Okay.
Yeah, Toronto from Geek Council introduced me to Dragon Ball Z.
He's also Dad Mode as well on YouTube.
Yeah.
He's got a YouTube himself.
We used to meet up and watch Dragon Ball Z a lot. A lot.
And see, I got introduced to Dragon Ball Z because of Toonami.
Ah.
Toonami, and I think it aired on Adult Swim too. So it was like one of those late night watches.
I know that it didn't matter when we met up. During the day, at night, we were watching Dragon Ball Z.
So, there's some history to that one. There's a lot. Now, let's get into our favorites.
You go ahead and start it this time.
All right. So, my favorite is Piccolo. And my dad, I love my dad to death, but he always tells people that my very first boyfriend was a green guy. Because I loved Piccolo so much. It was awesome. He is my favorite. And honestly, I didn't like him from the very beginning. It wasn't until the episode where he dies saving Gohan during the whole Vegeta.
That. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's crying and everything. I started bawling and crying, and I'm going, oh my God, Piccolo. I love Piccolo. And so that was like my first fangirl squee moment, I guess. And funny enough, my sister ended up liking Vegeta. That was her Dragon Ball Z crush.
That's funny.
She was like, oh, you like Piccolo? I like Vegeta. You bitch. He just killed Piccolo. And she's like, I know. So, we always had that little squabble there. But
That's
yeah,
funny.
Piccolo I really liked, and he just got even more so the more he showed up in the series. And he's still my little, secret hubby.
Yeah.
My husbando, I guess. If I ever find Prince at, like, Comic-Con or, any of the anime conventions or something, I usually try to get one. And I have, of course, my very first Funko Pop was Piccolo, so couldn't help it. I saw him, and I had to have him. I was like, he's chibi, and he's adorable. I have to have it. So, definitely Piccolo. So, who is your favorite?
I have a twofer again.
Uh-oh.
And it's funny that you would mention him just moments ago.
Vegeta?
Yes.
Vegeta. Oh, God.
I
He killed Piccolo!
That's why I was laughing during that whole time.
You bastard!
Yeah. Vegeta. At first, I hated him. Because, of course, he kept calling... I think it was Goku, kept calling him Kakarot.
Yeah, because that's his Saiyan name, Kakarot.
And then whenever he blew up the Colosseum, from that moment on, I was like, oh yeah. His monologues, his speeches, everything. I was like, yeah, I dig on Vegeta.
What did you think about him being with Bulma?
I was not happy.
Okay, real quick story on that one. As soon as my sister found out, I was like, uh-oh, Christy. Vegeta ends up marrying or having a child with Bulma, and she's like, oh, that cheating bastard. What? Are you serious? And she's like, yeah, that cheating bastard. I have to find somebody else. And I go, well, they have a son. What does he look like? And I showed him a picture of Trunks, and little Trunks is now her favorite.
Right.
That's her husband. So there
That's
you go.
funny. And
who's your second?
My second, I kept along with the villain bad guy theme.
As usual.
Cell.
I
really dug on Cell.
Oh God. I loathed Cell, but it was because he was such a damn good bad guy.
Both of them were.
Yeah.
That's why I it's kind of like Oreo cookies. Can't have one without the other. Cell is an amazing bad guy. So is Vegeta.
I think what creeps me out about Cell was the whole tail sucking your life thing. Nope.
I still will argue, and I'm sure I'm going to get flack, but Cell, the ultimate bad guy.
Yeah.
Still my favorite one.
There you go. I can understand that one.
All right, let's
So now
get
we're
into
gonna-
who we didn't like.
Who we didn't like. Okay. So I'm gonna
Sorry,
go.
guys.
These are my. I have two of them. Yajirobe was the first one.
Natural.
Yajirobe, he was the fat, chubby one that all he did
Oh.
was, carry around a sword. He was useless.
Yeah, yeah.
Complete and total useless. I mean, yeah, he did certain things. It was a one-shot fluke, and that's all it was a fluke that he pulled it off.
Right.
But for the most part, he ran away. He didn't really play a whole big
No.
role or anything. He was just an annoyance,
Yeah.
and it was just, I hated Yajirobe.
I
I'm sorry
can
for you
understand.
Yajirobe lovers out there. I couldn't stand the dude. Really couldn't. The other one that I hated was another useless tick.
A useless tick.
Yeah, Hercule.
Mm.
About the only useful thing he did was have a daughter, Videl. I love the hell out of Videl. She's on my cosplay list too, and she's gonna be an easy one. But God, Hercule, he was just pure annoyance. Of my shit don't stink. I am really good. I can do these things, and it was
I'm
all
going to share
ploy.
a little bit of my dislike here. We share that common goal.
We shared
on-
Hercule.
Yes.
Oh God, why'd you hate him?
He, at first, when you're first introduced to him, he thinks that he is just the shit. One redeeming factor, and then no. He couldn't even do that right.
So you really don't like Chaozu?
No.
Aw.
I'm sorry for the Chatsu fans, but I could not stand that little twerp.
So, Dragon Ball Z, I recommend it if any of you haven't seen it. I honestly suggest you watch Dragon Ball Z Kai, because then you don't have to go through the ridiculously long, drawn out fills and the power-ups and everything.
Oh,
Watch
yeah.
Dragon Ball Z Kai for sure. You recommend this one, Orgy?
Yeah, if you can stomach it and drudge through it, it's not bad. But
It's okay to binge watch, but binge watch in moderate.
yeah, in moderations.
In moderations, because you don't want to sit there and be like, okay, it's noon the next day.
Because it's kind of like
gonna suck
ramen.
you, yeah.
When you get your fill, don't push it,
don't push it.
because you're going to regurgitate,
Yeah,
and then you're not going to like it anymore.
yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, there we go. We have the Gray Man, Dragon Ball Z. So, you guys go check them out. Form your opinions yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Again, we're going to be doing these every Friday, so make sure you tune in. Leave.
Not come watch us.
Shut up, Orgy. You shut your whore mouth. He always gives me hell, because... Anyway. He has the right to. He's my manager, so
Yeah.
it works out. So, yeah, if you guys have any comments, questions, anything, go ahead and leave them in the section below.
Oh,
check
please
us
leave 'em.
out. Check us out on our Facebook. It's live. It's ready to go.
And we'll be checking it every day.
And we also, you're more than welcome to send us an email, MagickDream@gmail.com. That gets checked every single day. Because, I'm the artist. I have to check it anyway. Make sure I don't have commissions or something logged in there.
And as the manager, I check it every day myself.
So definitely keep up, keep watching, guys. Keep
Oh, yeah.
listening.
Oh, please.
And we thank you from the
thank you.
bottom of our hearts, because you guys are what's making this happen. You
Yep.
guys are the support we need.
This is
So-
the reason why we're doing this.
Yep.
Is for the fans.
Yep. because we want to be nerdy with you guys. So,
yeah.
leave the comments, leave the suggestion. Hey, if you have suggestions, genres
please,
that you want us to cover, games, anything, anime that you say we need to watch. I know Soma, she gave me Clenad and Your Lie in April. She's like, Kleenexes. We gotta watch it. I'm like, oh crap. Well, okay, I'm gonna watch. I've been avoiding Your Lie in April, but
I know every time that we go to it on
to
Netflix,
yeah,
we're like, I don't feel like crying today.
Yeah, this is not a cry session, not today. So Clenad and Your Lie in April on our list, and I'm gonna get him to watch Wolf's Rain too.
Any suggestions? Feel free. If you want him to leave comments, anything, good or bad, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we're not gonna go all hate on you guys if you have a different opinion or anything than we do, because that's what this is based on, is all opinions. So you can share your opinions with us, and we'd be a-okay with that one. But yeah, so tune in next week for the next episode of Nocturnal Nerds. Until then, guys, ja matane.
Laters, guys.